Yes, sir! Alright, listen. I know I sound very excited, but I'm about to tell you guys a story. Now, this story isn't gonna be fun. It might for you guys. It might be fun for you guys. But I'm gonna tell you the story of when I, almost died. Literally, solely because of Mr. Agent himself, who's probably gonna lie. I have not watched this video in quite a while. I don't even remember what it says, but I know he's gonna lie. And then two, how I got kicked out of USA. Not him, but me. He clickbaited. I'm gonna like half react and half tell you guys the real story because whatever he's about to say is gonna be a cap, and I know it from now. And the reason I say that is because when it comes to the almost dying part, it was a car accident, and he's probably gonna blame anything but himself. And when you see this, Dean, don't lie again to me in person. Thank you. Subscribe though. We can do that, right? Subscribe? Yeah. Like, on full screen, scroll, click. I bet.
There were 2 times that there was a very real chance I could have died.
2 times? And
I'm here. I couldn't be happier. So I gotta tell y'all this story. Let me date back a couple weeks. I uploaded a video. I said, I'm heading to Detroit. I'm on the way. The Gamer Saloon hit me up, said they're hosting a $10,000 prize pool.
True.
NBA 2K tournament. I said, I'm coming through. Troy Down was gonna be there. Dirk the Cat.
That is when I met Troy for the first time.
There. So I was excited. Some of these guys I liked in the community. We get a chance to link up, shoot some videos, whatever. So I'm on the way. They played for the flight in the hotel, but last minute, Walid tells me he also wants to come along. I said, Walid, come through. But instead of driving his Chrysler 300C, I said, drive my Honda Accord. It's a lot better on gas. So we decide. Walid drives to Detroit. I fly.
Now, yo, that just reminded me. Y'all probably not laughing, but my car was so bad on gas. That is insane. Right now, I can afford the gas. I don't really care, but back then, that shit hurt. I swear to God.
Fly to Detroit. He drops me off at the airport. So I leave my bags with him because I don't really want any carry-on or any extra luggage,
True.
No check-in. I don't want to deal with that. So I get to Detroit before him, of course. Me and Troy didn't actually have the same flight. He had a connection in Toronto on his way to Detroit. So we get to Detroit, we take the Uber, we get to the hotel. Only a couple minutes pass by before the chaos begins. So Walid calls me, says, yo, I'm stuck at the border because they saw my camera. For whatever reason, they think that Walid needs a work visa to get into the United States, which is...
I pull up at the border. Normal business. I've crossed it multiple times. Now, this is the first time I had somebody else's vehicle when I passed through. I've had rentals before and I've never had an issue, but this one time it was his car. With older people, no offense to older people that are listening to this, they don't understand YouTube. They don't get it. They don't comprehend what the hell's going on. They asked me to go to the secondary checkout. I was like, all right, bet. It's not really a checkout. It's like a checkpoint, whatever the case is. Secondary screening. That's the word. So I pull up there. I'm thinking, I've been there. I've been stopped there before. It's not a big deal. Like, you walk in there, like, you wait an hour. They just ask you the same really, really basic generic questions. Nothing crazy. That's how I'm taking it. It's gonna be simple. I just slightly delayed, whatever. I'ma hold my L, but keep it moving afterwards. They asked me what I'm doing there. I explained to him, this dude right here is going for this reason. I wanna come because it's 4 hours away and I'm not gonna be working that day. My cousin's doing something fun. I'm gonna come, see what I'm saying? They're like, what do you do for work? And I explained that to him. I explained I actually work with him, yada, 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 yada. Now they're saying, so you're going there to work. And I'm trying to be like, nah, me personally, I work at home. Like, I work in the house. Like, it's me and my setup. That's where I work. Like, but you work with him though. I'm like, all right, so I'm like, if anything, he's the one gonna be working. Like, I'm going there to chill. Like, they're like, oh, is he getting his stuff paid for? And I'm like, at this point, they're asking me questions that are not about me. They're solely about him. It's not me, it's him. Like, oh, so it's paid. His hotel's paid. I'm just sliding through. He's gonna give me a key. Like, that's really it.
Weird, because if it was a work visa, I would need it, not Walid.
Yeah!
So it was weird the reasons they were holding him up. They saw a camera and immediately
oh, yeah.
an alert went off in their brain and they're like, we can't let him through. We see a camera. But he's like, I just got an iPhone X. Walid just got an iPhone X. They have wavy cameras on the iPhone. You stopping everybody with iPhones now? Walid gets sent back from the border. He said that they were treating him like a criminal. They were fingerprinting him.
This video is actually bringing memories back to me. After going back and forth them, and I'm trying to explain to these people I don't need a work visa, they refuse to accept it. I'm like, alright bro, I'm pissed, but now I'm getting sent back. Now as a Canadian citizen, getting sent back to Canada, which is honestly like you can see the line where like I was here, I can see the line of what crosses over and I'm now in Canada. I go to a third room. I'm thinking it's the exit. Like I've never had to go back before, so this is the room that I'm gonna like exit through because I don't know, whatever the case was. Fingerprints. I'm pissed. I'm like, I don't want my fingerprints in no system for no reason. Now the fingerprints I got over pretty quickly, but not because of a good reason. It was more because of a bad one. For some reason, I had to get searched. And it was not no casual pat down. That was not the case. It was like the dude that was searching me like had it in for me. Like he knew that I definitely had something on me. He was gonna find it, like he was gonna find it. What did I have on me? My phone, a pack of gum, and car keys, which were not even mine. So like I don't even understand. Now my hands are up against the wall, like a whole criminal. Against the wall. I don't know how to say it. He searched areas with clothes on, violently, viciously, like he really like, I'm not talking about my arms, my legs, no, I'm not talking about my chest, I'm talking, you know what I'm talking about. He went like trying to find some shit. There was one thing there. And it was attached to my body, nothing else. I'm laughing now because I'm laughing through my pain.
Apparently they cupped his ball sack.
Okay.
It was, yo, what he told me in detail was very, very disturbing. And it all happened because he had a camera? Is that where we're drawing the line now? Is that where the real danger is in cameras? Come on, man. We really could have just booted up the camera, showed him the last video on there, and it would have said, yeah, this guy's talking about jump shots. You can let him through, man. Just making fun of Mike Wang and Ronnie 2K. For those who don't know, Windsor and Detroit are on opposite sides of the Canadian and the US border. So I was on Detroit on the US side, and Walid was in Windsor on the Canadian side. And so of course, since Walid has my laptops, that day I was supposed to upload a Facebook video and a YouTube video. I said I gotta go back, right? So I get in a taxi.
I'm not gonna lie to you, this dude is on the ball. When it comes to work, he does not play. I just want you to know that. The dude is already in USA, 20 minutes from his destination. If he could not upload, he's like, I'm leaving, I'm going back. That's how like in tune he is. That's a role model, I'm not gonna lie to you.
The taxi driver is like a 6-year-old black dude, right?
Oh, he had his own series of problems that was hilarious because I had my own problems and so did he.
He seems chill and cool, but his wife is there. Now, my dad was a cab driver. My mom has never been in the whip with him while he was doing his job. Before I get in any ride in the US, I asked him if they take credit because I don't have American cash on me. And so he said yes, I get in the car, but in the middle of the ride, he says, can I see your credit card? And I go, it's weird for me. In Canada, it is ludicrous to give somebody your credit card.
Yeah.
It is almost unheard of. So I didn't feel comfortable with it, but I gave him the card. A couple minutes go by and I start asking questions like, yo, is everything okay? Yo, can I get my card back? And he starts asking me weird questions like, what's your zip code? If you're from Canada, we don't have zip codes, we have postal codes, but I don't tell him that. He doesn't need extra information. I just tell him, I don't know. What do you need it for, my guy? I look in front of me, and if you guys ever been in a taxi, they actually have their license plate on the back, and it said it expired 2 years ago. Now, my dad is a cab driver. I know they got rigorous rules. There's no way a taxi driver is driving around with an expired license for over 2 years. I take a picture of it, and immediately I tell him, yeah, no, don't worry. I can actually just hop in an ATM and get cash. Called my bank. I said, cancel my immediately. So they cancel my credit card after a couple of security questions. They're sending me a new one in 7 to 10 business days. And so I feel like I had that situation handled. I told them I'll take it from here. And I was left off right by a duty-free store. So for those of you who've never been to the Ambassador Bridge, it's one big giant bridge that connects the Canadian side of the border to the US side of the border.
When he was going through all that, I was already back on Canada. I went to a nearby school, I think it's called Waterloo, and I actually ran into a friend there, which was lit. So I had a good time. There was like a little community event going on in the park. I had a good time. I'm not gonna lie to you. That was fun. That little section of waiting for him was kind of fun. Can't lie. I can't lie. I got. Go ahead.
Hi guys, I'm having such a blast. I'm here at the duty-free store. If you guys can see behind me is a giant bridge that I'm not capable of walking on, so I'm currently stuck, man. I'm having the time of my life. Not only am I gonna miss my YouTube upload, I'm gonna miss my Facebook upload, link in the description. I'm supposed to be at a Detroit Pistons game right now, and I have pretty good seats. I'm also gonna miss that. Guys, literally the best day of my life today. It's crazy.
Now when we got home, it was a write-off. Like, I went to sleep immediately, and I was clinically depressed. I'm ready to start my day the next morning, and this dude decides that he's gonna wake me up and go, hey, do you want to drive to Detroit again this morning? Now I already had my bags packed. It was right beside me, and I was like, so we go.
Now, there's a couple things you gotta know about my car. I'm on the way to this event, and I wanna get there on time, but I have low-profile tires, and my car is lowered.
Oh my god, I miss that car so much. Oh my god. His brother crashed it, by the way. Good job.
The space in between the top of my tire and the rim of the car is very small. So anytime there's water, like a lot of rain, or there's slush, or a lot of snow, or even like a pothole, there is a very real chance my car can spin out, the tire can flatten if it hits something too hard and bumps against one another. It's not really the safest car to drive, and I didn't even know that before I bought the car, but I learned that as I was driving the car. So anytime I drive, I'm always juking potholes and bumps and things of that nature. So
now he's doing a really good job of telling the story for me, so I guess you could just take over my video. But we get to the border. Let's see what he has to say.
So after a long, treacherous journey, we finally make it to the border. This time, they're asking us a bunch of questions, and they say, do you have anything in the vehicle that we should know about?
Don't say camera.
And if you lie to them and they find out,
it.
you're in a whole load of trouble. So I'm trying to be honest. I say, yeah, I got a camera. And immediately, they go,
camera! Oh no!
Like, yeah,
oh my god! There's something wrong with these people. Like, for real. Like, what the f is wrong with y'all?
For a minute, and we sat there for what felt like 45 minutes maybe, doing nothing. And they started to ask me all these questions.
Yo, you know when you're in that office, I don't know if any of y'all have been in it, you can't even use your phone. Like, they don't want you to talk or use your phone. Like, you're in there, like, you're now a criminal at the moment. The second you walk through those doors, like, oh, you're a free, law-abiding citizen. Criminal!
Now, the Gamer Saloon paid for the hotel and the flight, but they didn't give me any money past that. So they were saying I needed a work visa, but I'm like, but I don't, because I'm not getting paid for this. It's not work. We get through. We stop at the hotel. By the way, it was the biggest hotel I've ever been in. I don't know what it was. It was the Motor City Casino Hotel. It was balling.
Anyways, we got there finally. It all worked out after being harassed. But then I met Troy then. That was interesting. So we had a good time. Just meeting a couple people, Troy taking shots. We met Ben Wallace that day too. That was
12 through 15.
Okay, all right.
And it's gonna be the first.
Hey, I just want you to know Ben Wallace is like really into RC cars. I'm sure you guys have like never thought about racing RC cars in your life, but hey, Ben Wallace has. If he does it, shouldn't we all? So I'm gonna skip ahead and go to the fun part now.
Usually the trucks and the slower vehicles stay on the right lane, and then the faster vehicles stay on the left.
Which is exactly how it is here.
Good combination. It's a good friendship between all the drivers on the road. There's some truck drivers who just don't give a about rules, so he cut me off. He went into the left lane driving super slow, and so I'm like, yo, I gotta
No, he didn't.
pump the brakes, make sure I don't slip into anything, skid out of control or anything like that. I'm like, I want to pass this guy. I'm not gonna stay behind him forever. I don't know why he went on the left lane. And so I go to the right lane, and as I start to go to the right of him, I hit a patch of snow in between the lanes, and my car skips. But it's done that like maybe 30 or 40 times throughout the drive. It's been a blizzard for like 12 hours now. So I wasn't tripping, I just tried to regain control as fast as possible. Except this time, unlike all the other times, I fully lost control of my car. Where otherwise, I would skip and ooh, I'm good. This time, I skipped right, and with absolutely no control, my car flung to the left. There was a truck to the left of me. That, if I don't know how close, because I was
I'm just waiting to tell you guys a true story.
doing measurements at the time. I was pretty focused on not trying to die.
No, he wasn't.
I could have been a feet or two away from hitting his tires and absolutely getting my car crushed. And if that happened, there's a good possibility the truck also spins out, and there was a lot of other people nearby. The damage would have been collateral.
And your fault.
I'm in a situation now where I'm so focused. Walid has a seatbelt on, I don't.
Nah, this is a good stop. So here's what actually happened. Do yourself the favor and remove everything from your brain you just heard. Every single thing. The real story is that he was in the left lane. And if you know anything about driving in snow, you should be driving on the tracks that are pre-made for you, where other cars are already driven. Drive on that. Don't do anything else. I was asleep while he was driving. Felt the car shaking, and I woke up. I looked up and I was like, why are we going so fast? It's a blizzard. Looked at the speed, saw 120, looked at the road. I'm like, yo, slow down. He was driving in a straight line. He was not cut off. I don't care what he says, because apparently I was asleep when I ain't seen him get cut off. But who cares? Because when I woke up, he was driving by himself in one lane. 30 seconds after I told him to slow down. He didn't, of course. He did not slow down. We went sideways on the highway. All the way right, all the way left, and then all the way right again. Now, let's see what he says. But we ended up in a ditch.
So immediately knowing that, if the airbags deploy and I don't have my seatbelt on, I'm done. Like, I'm losing teeth, my nose is breaking, I'm getting a concussion, and or I'm dead. So my car goes right, it goes left even harder, and right before it hits the truck, I f***ing spin that right off the highway. Was it a good idea? I don't know. As my car is going off the right side of the highway, I don't know what there is. There's no lights on the highway. It was a pretty dead area. It was
I don't know why there's no lights there.
Not only was there no lights, the snow was like this thick, and I'm not exaggerating. It's been snowing for like 12 hours straight, and it's high grass, and my car's low profile tires, it had no traction. I stomped the brakes and I was shaking my way down, and immediately, of course, by the time my car started to spin, Walid just flinched up, and in what can only be described as—
That's not when I woke up! Do you see how he's lying?
not only was there zero damage to the car, the
I know English. I don't need this.
airbags didn't deploy. I was fine, Walid was fine. Nobody got hurt.
Walid, flash.
The way we got into that ditch was like just driving down a very smooth ramp. The car got stuck, yes. There wasn't even a f***ing scratch on the bumper. I swear to God, it was the luckiest thing ever.
Flash the light in my face, bro. Let me get some lighting for the situation.
I'm gonna just film.
Walid, flash it in my face. Flash it in my face. This truck cut me off.
No, I told you slow down.
You see what I'm saying?
Literally.
The truck clearly cut me off.
The
truck cut me off, Walid.
I said slow down.
Walid, what do I do about the truck? So my car starts to—
See? Do you see how he said after the fact that I woke up while he was— No! I thought I woke up while you were crashing. But how did I tell you to stop? See?
First of all, you don't tell nobody I wasn't wearing my seatbelt. So by no means could I've had the airbags deploy. I would have died on the spot without my seatbelt. So I was trying so hard. Basically, we're in the middle of fucking nowhere off the road.
Yo, look at the position we're in, bro. Just look at this shit. That's a highway on the right.
We're off the road as we speak. This is the trail I went. You can see the vehicles on that side. I went off the road and we're in this bank. How we get out this bank? Why is nobody stopping to help us? I'm clearly not on the fucking road with a car. All right, I need to get some help. What you want me to do, bro? It's my car.
Look how deep in we were.
Can't handle the snow, bro. It can't handle the snow.
So eventually a cop came. Now this cop was actually mad cool because he asked a question that I loved so much. Right, listen to this.
Well, we got a tow truck coming, so you got your driver's license on you?
Yeah, did the other cop give it back? He took the license and registration. I think he gave it back, right?
He gave it back?
Or he gave it
I
back.
hope so. I'll bring this back in a second. Oh, it's a little cold for shorts.
I didn't think I was gonna be in this situation, I'm not gonna lie.
Oh, they were super cool about the situation. They made a joke about how I was wearing shorts. I'm like, yo, I didn't expect to be in a ditch in the middle of nowhere, all right? I was in shorts because it was warm in my car. I guess it wasn't even the Accord as much as it was the customizations to the car, which I didn't do
No, it was your fault for speeding. Stop blaming other things.
the car like that. And I didn't even know the car was like that when I bought it. It just looked cool, and I was like, yeah, for that price, I will take that.
Hey yo, moral of the story, you guys know the vibe. 1, Agent is a liar, okay? He lies. 2, he cannot take blame. 3, trust me to drive instead. And 4, f you border people. I have a visa now. Now that's not really a moral of the story, but I had to add it in there for my own. You gotta, sometimes you just gotta flex it on one time. I appreciate y'all. We almost at 20K, crazy. I love y'all. And don't catch the Roni.